So the first rule of Fight Club, you don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule about Fight Club, you do not talk about Fight Club. Well, you know what? I hate to be the rule breaker, but for the purposes of this review, I kind of have to. So let's talk about Fight Club. Welcome back to the David Fincher series, guys. In case you missed it, I've already reviewed Seven and The Game very recently here on the channel, and I'm going to be reviewing every single David Fincher film in the build-up to the release of Mank, hitting Netflix on December 4th. I'm super excited to check that out, and I'm having a really great time rewatching all of his old films. But obviously, from the cold open, today on the docket is perhaps his most beloved film among cinephiles like myself, Fight Club. And this one boasts a star-studded cast, including Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, and Helena Bonham Carter. A depressed insomniac narrator, played by Edward Norton, has a tendency to sit in on support groups all over town. Along the way, he meets a strange soap salesman named Tyler Durden, played by Brad Pitt. Soon enough, this narrator finds himself living in Tyler's broken-down house after his perfect apartment is destroyed. And out of pure boredom, the two men form an underground club with strict rules, and they fight other men who are fed up with their mundane lives. This perfect partnership starts to falter when Marla, played by Helena Bonham Carter, a fellow support group crasher, attracts Tyler's attention. So even though I'm not supposed to talk about Fight Club, obviously I can't help it because I think Fight Club is a masterclass. And I honestly hold it in similar regard to some of my other favorite films like Forrest Gump, in that what makes Fight Club so good similarly is that it's got a little bit of everything. And I think that's honestly the best thing about it. You can't exactly pinpoint a specific genre for Fight Club. Sure, the obvious ones are going to be action and thriller, but you also have so many other elements from popular genres. It's got the tense dramatic elements between Brad Pitt and Edward Norton for sure. But you know what else? Fight Club can be really hilarious. And it's not even just that famous monologue where Tyler Durden is explaining the rules of Fight Club. On this rewatch, I found myself busting up laughing at a lot of points. While I'm at it though, let's go ahead and talk about these performances, starting with Brad Pitt because he is amazing as Tyler Durden. Tyler Durden is so smarmy. He carries that with him all the time. Tyler's got so much swagger that you as the audience member kind of want to punch him yourself when he asks you to. But I will admit, you cannot help but have fun watching him because it feels like Brad Pitt was having the time of his life playing this part. And his passion for the role shines through. He was so good, perhaps the best of his entire career. Now, Helena Bonham Carter is here as well as this woman named Marla, who Edward Norton meets along the way, and she really shines here. Now, she's perhaps most famous for her work in Tim Burton's films, so I feel like a lot of times her performance in this film is very overlooked. But I really love this performance. The dynamic that she brings to the scenes she has with both Pitt and Norton is so spectacular. Speaking of Edward Norton, I don't know if he's ever been as excellent with his acting throughout his career as he was in Fight Club. This is probably his best work. I'm serious. And this is also some of the most fun narration I've ever listened to in a movie. Again, it's very cleverly written like the entire film is, but there are times where Norton will consistently break the fourth wall, but it never really feels like he's breaking the fourth wall because the editing and the directing in the movie around him is just so seamless. And on this recent rewatch, it actually reminded me a lot of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, except very rated R, which Bueller certainly ain't. But like I said, this script is so well written, very, very funny also, but I couldn't help but feel uncomfortable almost laughing at certain points. There are times throughout Fight Club while you're watching it, and then it'll get to the point where you kind of look at it and it's like, huh. And you could honestly make a fair argument, because it's so funny, Fight Club might be a dark comedy at its core. If you said that to me, I really would not have much to argue against that. But again, that is the pure magic of David Fincher at work, because it is so difficult to pinpoint a genre for this. Speaking of David Fincher, up to this point, Fight Club may be the best directed film of the bunch. I don't need to tell you how good the editing and the writing and the cinematography is, because my guess is you've heard it all about Fight Club about this point. But there's a couple of things I do want to add about the technicals. First of all, these fight scenes throughout the film, man, oh man. These may be some of the grittiest, most realistic fight scenes I've ever seen in a movie. The punches don't exactly feel or sound like it's Foley design. I mean, you could feel and hear these punches connect from a mile away. And it's very painful to hear that. Like, I could feel their pain as they were getting hit. And also, the addition of blood and also the loss of teeth in certain cases, let's just say that added a lot. One other point that I want to mention to you all is this. Very similar to 7, you'll notice that David Fincher is playing around a lot with the production design and also the colors. Now, 7 used a lot of reds and some really gross yellows. This film, by contrast, feels icy cold. You'll notice a lot of blues, a lot of purples, bruise colors. It's almost like the movie or the film itself has been through the ringer. It's almost like the film itself has been through this underground club. Like, it's just bruised everywhere. It just feels so disgusting and painful, and my goodness. Wow. I mean, what else can I say? This is brilliant filmmaking, guys. Speaking of disgusting, I gotta add, I never want to live in Tyler Durden's house. I mean, have you seen that place? F***ing gross. I really don't have any issues with this film, but one last thing I want to discuss with you guys in this video is that final plot twist. This right here is a plot twist done correctly, and God, okay, I want to spoil this, so I'm actually going to save this for after I give my grade, just in case you guys have never seen it, because you all need to experience Fight Club. It is an instant classic, cinematic perfection as far as I'm concerned. It definitely deserves an A+. Okay, there's my grade, so here we go. Big plot twist. Now, basically, it boils down to the fact that Tyler Durden doesn't exist. Brad Pitt's character basically has been a fabrication in Edward Norton's mind the entire time. And Brad Pitt, essentially, with Tyler Durden, is playing the physical embodiment of what Edward Norton's character wishes he was. It sounds like a very simple twist, but sometimes the key is simplicity. This is a great twist. And oddly enough, it's not one with M. Night Shyamalan's name on it for once. But the thing that makes the twist and the movie in general so great is that on a rewatch, every scene still works with that twist. The movie does not cheat at all. Now, of course, people can nitpick the exposition dump all they want, and yeah, maybe Fincher could have trusted his audience a little bit more, but my feeling is that if Fincher was too ambiguous with this twist, maybe the audience wouldn't have gotten it. And I think he treads that fine line of trust in his audience perfectly. So I'm not going to downgrade the film for the exposition dump, even though I, for one, despise too much exposition. But in this case, I think it's done perfectly. But have you guys seen Fight Club? Do you guys enjoy it? Do you not? What do you guys make of this final twist? I would love to hear all of those thoughts and then some down in the comments section below, and I would love to have a further discussion with you guys. And if you guys are enjoying this content and you guys want to see more from me down the line, please consider, if you haven't yet, hitting that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can, so that way you guys can stay in the loop anytime I upload a new video over here. And hey, if you guys enjoyed this review, also please be sure to hit that like button as hard as you possibly can on your way out, and please be on the lookout for more exciting content hitting the channel very soon, including the next installment of this very playlist, perhaps Fincher's most underrated film, Panic Room. I'm very excited to delve into that one with you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for clicking on the video. It really does mean the world to me. And with all that being said, back talk commence!